Hey there, Jed Coverness here with Talk Therapy, and today is a great day just to be alive, just to be moving, just to be able, and just to be. Talk therapy is something that I do is I just talk out loud. I just literally just talk, and I don't stop talking until I feel like I am completely free of my ego, completely free of anything that, in my head that tells me I don't know how and I can't, and all of that stuff. This is just an awesome tool that I do daily that helps me clear out my attic, if you will. Like, we all have an attic in our head, and what we do to clear it is up to us every day. Some people don't even clear it at all, and it just keeps getting jumbled up, and we completely just keep it full of crap, and we don't need it, right? We need to just unload, and sometimes you need to unload daily, and that's what I do. I just kind of unload daily just to get all of it out there and to just talk, and that's a big deal, and just being aware of something like that. So what's in my attic today? I don't know yet, right? Like, I just hit record and I just start talking, and like, it's pretty cool. It just helps me so much, and there's just so much happening between the inner peace that I have and everything that's going on externally. And yesterday I was talking about 365 days, right? That was pretty cool. And there's just so much going on with that. There's just so much going on in general, right? Like, we all get busy. But then really, are we really busy? Or are we just flipping through Facebook? Or are we just listening to, or listening or watching, TV or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? Like, we're living vicariously through everybody else, but we don't even live our own life, right? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to live through somebody else? Wouldn't you want to live your own life? I don't quite understand the people that just hang out on Facebook and all of that stuff. And I'm not outside of it, right? I used to do it myself. I used to do it all the time, where I just felt like I needed to be on Facebook all the time, because I thought that, man, if I'm not on Facebook, people don't think they can reach me, and they don't think they can talk with me, and what if I miss a message, or what if I miss somebody who likes my comment, or like your comments on my comment or something, right? Like, oh my gosh, what if? But really, if somebody really wanted to get a hold of me, I'm very accessible. I'm very accessible. You know how to get a hold of me. I mean, it just is beyond me that I would just have to be sitting by my phone. Oh my gosh, I mean, if somebody really wanted to get a hold of me, you could. You could easily. My phone would make noise and go off until I, acknowledge it. I mean, now I'm barely aware. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm very aware of what's happening. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. But for the most part, it's more or less just me understanding and being aware that I don't have to be right beside it. Like, when you're working from your heart center, when you're working from your truth, your expectations are very low. And I don't mean like low as in like, oh man, nobody's even gonna respond to this. But your expectations are low for the fact that you don't need everyone's acceptance for what's going on. You don't need it. Like, I don't need any acceptance for any blog post or any picture that I create or any email that I send out. I don't need any, acceptance, any nothing, right? Because I know that is coming directly from me and my truth. If somebody talks about it, responds to an email, comments on my blog post, comments on a picture, whatever, that is just, at that point, it's just added bonus to what's already happening in my life. Like, that's a big deal, because not a lot of people can get to that point. Not a lot of people can even fathom just posting something and being okay with nothing happening. Like, I am to that point. Anytime I post something, it's because I want to. It's because I love to. It's because, you know what, this is me. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. And it just comes down to, zero expectations. Like, if anybody wants to listen to what I'm doing, awesome. If not, it ultimately is holding me accountable. So that's the coolest part. So, just going along with movements and understanding and meditation and prayer and writing, this is just so, it's just so moving, right? Like, I just move every day into a place of center, into a place of truth. And it's like a muscle. If you don't flex it, right? Like, you gotta just keep practicing. Eventually, the muscle grows, and then you hit a plateau, and then you gotta move to the next phase. Like push-ups right now. Push-ups are really easy for me, so I put Molly and Samuel on my back, and then I start up again. Like, it's crazy, because I can crank out 50 push-ups like nothing, but then you put an extra 30-40 pounds on your back, and then it gets extremely difficult again, and that's awesome. Like, that's really cool. It's a good feeling. And today I am sore. And that is good feeling. Like, I haven't been this sore for a while, and it's just awesome to just know that it doesn't take much, right? It doesn't take much extra to throw the balance of your body off, and that can go south pretty quick too, right? Like, I'm thinking now that anybody who has extra weight, right? Like, anybody who has extra weight, that is a big deal, because then you're really throwing your body's balance off. Your body wants to do one thing. It wants to stay stable. It wants to stay balanced. But what are you doing to make it not be balanced? You get to choose every day to either be lean or be rich. And by rich, and this is kind of like an engine or like shop talk, like mechanic talk, but you're either lean or rich. And I don't mean rich as in money, but you're either lean in body tissue, like, you're ripped, or you can see some muscle, or you're rich. When you're running too rich, that's not a good thing. Both ways aren't good as far as an engine goes, right? A motor. But for our body, if you're running lean, that's the way you want to be running. If you're running too rich, that means you have access. You have access tissues. You have access of everything, and that can lead to buildup, right? That can lead to a buildup. Like, let's say in the engine, you can have too much in the tank. You can have too much oil, and then you blow a gasket. And that's, for anybody who understands engines and how all that fun stuff works, that's just, where my mind went right away. It was like, whoa, okay. Let's do a mechanic reference there. But, when you're running too rich, if you're eating too much sugar, then you're running too rich, right? 40 grams of sugar per day is what you want to be shooting for, or less, right? If you can get to less, that'd be great, but some people can't, and that's okay. So, random talk therapy today. Today's kind of all over the place, but that's okay. Like, I don't even know what to call this one. I could call it anything today, because that's where my head is. It's kind of all over the place, and that's all right. That is quite all right with me. And I just keep talking because that's what my brain does. Like, that's what talk therapy is all about, is just talking out loud and being completely okay with it. So this is just one tool that I use. I use so many more tools. If you want to learn more about those tools, I mean, hop on my newsletter, right? I talk about anything and everything. I point out some things that I use, that I find. It's just, it's just mentoring. It's mentoring by a way of experience. I have massive amount of empathy for anybody who wants to learn more, because I am always wanting to learn more. So head to jedcorbinets.com/mentorship. Put your name and email in, and be ready to open the emails, because it will help you to realize that your dreams and your visions and your goals will become reality if you want it to be. And as always, if you are willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Stay blessed. Bye for now.